Hey, Warrior Saints, good morning. Welcome to our Crucifixional live stream. Father Chris here, glad to have you beautiful people with us. We hope everything is glorious for you on this glorious day. I want to talk about a remnant and what it means for our lives. A remnant is a small group left over from a larger group. What that means is this. In the ancient Near East, in the time of the Bible and its writing, there was a prophet named Isaiah who was preaching destruction and woe to the people who had been or who had abandoned God. They stopped listening to his commandments, and Isaiah was saying, look, if you don't amend your ways and come back, you're going to end up just like Adam, getting booted out. Adam was out of Eden, you're going to be booted out of your home, out of the promised land, out of Canaan. And these other nations, the Assyrians or the Babylonians, they're going to come and conquer you, and you will be destroyed, and only a small remnant of you will survive. And it's not just handpicked a few here and there. It is a remnant who dedicate themselves and commit themselves to the Lord. Let's listen. Isaiah chapter 10. We hear the following two verses. I'm going to read for you 21, and then we're going to see 22 and 23. Chapter 10. A remnant will return, the remnant of Jacob to the mighty God. For though your people Israel be as the sand of the sea, only a remnant of them will return. Destruction is overflowing with righteousness. For the Lord of hosts, will make a full end as decreed in the midst of all the earth. Powerful statement. These people, God's people, are in exile. They're captured. They're beaten. They're oppressed. They have lost. And the reason that Isaiah tells them that they are lost is because they abandoned the commandments of God. God said, live your life this way. They said, no, thank you, sir. And because of that, God calls the enemies to crush them. And there's a gazillion of them. As we heard in chapter 10 just now, they are like the sand of the sea. There's a gazillion, but only a select few. Those who stay firm, stay dedicated to the Lord, who heed him as God above all things, they are the ones that will return and witness to his glory. It's a powerful message, and it's repeated throughout the prophetic text. I mean, it's all over the Old Testament stories about a remnant, but it's powerful for you and I today, because what it's telling us is this. Look, in the world out there are a lot of people who profess to be followers of Christ, who profess to be Christians. There are some people who wear crosses, maybe with the idea that, yeah, I love God. Others just as jewelry. But the real group of people who are truly dedicated, who are fighting hard to live their lives as warrior saints, those are going to be a smaller remnant. And the challenge is, for you and I who are aspiring to be warrior saints, look, it is not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be very often unfun, right? But to stand up for what you believe and to live your life the way that you're supposed to be a warrior saint, is something that you are called to. And look, as a fellow warrior saint, I'm not calling you to do easy things. In fact, I'm calling you to do harder things than you've ever done before in your life. And that is in the midst of this chaotic world. It's like soup, right? We're like crackers floating around in clam chowder, those little crackers, right? What are they? Oyster crackers. Yes, we're like, that's chaos, bro, and we're in the midst of it. And the temptation is to want to get soft and sink to the bottom of the soup. I'm saying to you, it's time to stay hard in your faith, to stand firm in what you believe, in the way that you live your life, and confront those challenging and difficult situations head on. And when you do that, you get some nicks and bruises and some scars, for sure. But you are going to find yourself to become a more powerful man, a more powerful woman. You are going to become exceptional. Not asking you to be rotten or jerks to anybody, but to be strong, to be not like those oyster crackers, but to be hard and firm in the face of the chaos in which you live. To do that, you're going to find like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better about myself. Sure, I had a tough conversation today. Or sure, somebody went after me and said these terrible things about me. But you know what? I did the right thing. And even though I may be a small part of the small remnant that's left over of those who are truly dedicated to Christ, I know that today I did my business. It's not easy, but it's very, very simple. And what makes it simple is that you just have to remember that in all things, you must live a crucifixional life. And I want to teach you how to do that. Greg is here to teach you how to do that. All of the things that the Warrior Saints do is to teach us how to live that crucifixional life. So that as we're like those crackers floating in the clam chowder of the chaos of the world, we have a better idea, a better plan on how to do that. When you visit warriorsaints.org, you are going to find our academy. And it's what it says. It's an academy. It is filled with courses to teach us how to live crucifixional lives. We're going to teach you how to be a warrior saint. There's products for men to become men. We're working on a new one that's called Understanding the Bible, which is just what it says. We're going to teach you exactly what Scripture says, what it means, chapter by chapter, from Genesis 1 through the end of Revelation 28. Long time, but we're going to give you all of it. If you will subscribe and get yourself on the way of the warrior saint, you're going to find yourself a lot closer to being that exceptional man, that exceptional woman that you long to be. It's not hard. Visit. Get one of the courses. Get your life back on track. Love you, beautiful people. We'll be back tomorrow. As always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.